purchase, monsieur, from Switzerland. Europe.
Already got one, thank you.
My cigarettes.
James J. Fitz.
Captain?
Off to dig for gold and back with the celery pickers.
Story of my life.
I went away once to Guadalajara. I found it dull. But my little Tijuana is always exciting, full of life. Even the cemetery. You have a place to sleep? I'd be glad to put you up in my jail.
Thanks, but I have a suite at the Ritz.
Hello, Lobster. Well, you're back, laddie buck. Hey, that's my cane.
Come and get it. How are the horses, Countess?
Well, I can't keep my mind on them today. I have an appointment at immigration.
Vaya con Dios. Sit down, Lobster.
Well, how was it down there? Did you find the gold?
Nope.
Why not? You had the old map.
The mine was played out. Had been since 1695.
How'd you get back?
Walked to the coast. Then I picked celery.
Stoop labor. It's rough on the back, isn't it?
You framed the whole thing, didn't you? Map and all.
It's your own fault, Fitz. You're greedy, and that's why you went.
You and your 37% loans. Where's Big Herman?
Why?
He owes me $40.
Big Herman's not feeling very well this morning. His appeal was turned down yesterday by American immigration.
The Nazi?
And what are you, collaborator?
Never mind. Where's Herman?
In the gentleman's.
Mr. McHenry, I'm Jane Bozeman, Sam Bozeman's widow. I'm looking for Max Shadd.
Never heard of him.
But he was in here yesterday.
Out. Well, laddie buck, did you get your money?
No hard feelings. The tequila for everybody.
That's the way to take it.
What shall we drink to?
Oh, let's drink to Big Herman.
Thanks, Fitz. Merci, monsieur.
Monsieur bien charmant.
That'll be $1.50.
It's on old Herm.
Hey, wait a minute.
Ask him.
Eddie.
Big Herman's hung himself.
That'll be $1.50.
You no find shoes?
Why not? All right, how much?
10 pesos.
The shoes.
This 1 peso, you big crook, you owe me 9 pesos.
Sue me.
9 pesos you owe me. You owe me 9 pesos.
Get away from me.
You promised me that you would give me 10 and you only give me 1. You owe me 9 pesos.
Oh, hiya, Fitz. Where you been? Swimming with Esther Williams in Acapulco.
Stuff tastes like bug spray. Does an English doll like you know about martinis?
The martini was invented in England.
Maybe you'd do better on this side of the bar.
Why don't you drink your drink and get out?
James Fitz.
Or don't drink your drink and get out.
Who are you?
One of the Kennedys.
Hey, what are you doing? Keep your hands off of me.
Where's Jose?
He didn't show up this morning.
Good, then I'm just in time.
Oh, no, you're not. You're just in time to get out yourself.
But you're short-handed. You need me.
Not enough to hire you again.
There's a big weekend coming up. Bullfights on Sunday.
I'll make out.
You'd turn away a former major in the Marine Corps?
Ha, I fell for that one once before. Not again. I'm very busy, so goodbye.
Poor baby, you feel rejected.
Rejected? How utterly ridiculous. You wanted to look for gold, so he went to look for gold. Obviously, you didn't find it.
The real treasure was here all the time, and I didn't realize it.
Now, don't you come round here. I don't want you back. I don't know why I hired you in the first place.
I wormed my way into your affections.
Well, you can just worm your way out. Imagine me married to you. I'd be out of my mind.
All right, then. Marriage is out. I'll just tend bar and mind my own business.
That's how it started last time, tending bar. 2 days later, we were...
Yes, we were, weren't we?
See, that's what I mean.
Is he back yet, Mrs. Haley?
Not yet, Miss Dennis.
What did he call?
I'm sorry.
Well, I'll be in my room.
Miss Dennis.
I guessed. Poor girl, she was supposed to meet her cousin here, a Mr. Shadd. He went over the border yesterday morning and he hasn't come back yet.
Are you sure?
Well, his bed hasn't been slept in. What do you mean?
Have you looked in the closet?
No, why?
It happened to me once in Jakarta. I checked into Desan's hotel and opened the closet door, and a big Dutchman fell out of my feet with a knife in his belly. You better take a look.
Come with me?
James J. Fitz. Open it.
No, you.
It's your hotel.
You are teasing me. What is it?
Bozeman executed.
Oh, I read that yesterday. I must get back to...
Wait a minute, now read this.
But I can tell you about it. He killed a guard in San Quentin. He was in for stealing a diamond bracelet.
$200,000 worth.
It was never recovered, and his wife went to see him in the death house.
That's about it.
James, don't be so nosy. What are you doing?
Mr. Shedd has heart trouble. Mac Shedd Detective Agency. He's the private eye. A list of addresses and auto license numbers. 3 in the States, 2 in Mexico. He was tracing a car. Wrecked in Tijuana. Maybe he's dead after all.
Maybe he got interested in one of those B-girls.
B-girls and a bad heart are a rough combination.
Oh, dear.
If you're so worried, why don't you go look for him?
Me?
Why not?
James, you go and take my car.
I suppose I could go over and look around. What does he look like?
Well, he's 40, tall, and red hair.
I'd like to get out of these clothes.
Well, your things are in the basement.
I'll change in your room.
Oh, no, you won't. You'll use your own room.
I'm back?
All right. But just you remember, I'm the owner of this hotel and you're the bartender. Nothing more.
Not even after closing?
Especially after closing.
I'll need a small salary advance.
Naturally. Go and change. Go on.
You filled out, little Paula. You're getting too much sleep. Why aren't you shining shoes?
Siesta. You owe me 9 pesos.
Here's 10. Tell me, has there been a red-headed American around here lately trying to buy something?
10 more pesos.
Now, was he or wasn't he?
Yesterday.
What did he want?
1958 Edsel.
Did he buy it?
No, only buy back seat. Pay 50 pesos for it.
What did he do with it?
Put it in car and drive away.
Thanks.
Pesos.
What for?
Short siesta.
What are you going to be when you grow up?
Lawyer.
I'll be your first client.
Hey, Toro. Uy. Hola. Venga, Toro.
Ole. Give you the belt in both pockets. Let's talk in there.
Nobody goes in there. That's where I live.
Not even to talk about ice? You surprise me. What are you in here, Buffalo Bill or Wyatt Earp?
All right. Go on with what you got to say.
I got a story to tell. 6 months ago, a jewel thief named Sam Bozeman killed a guard at St. Quentin. He was executed the day before yesterday. He was doing 10 years for stealing a diamond bracelet never recovered. Good story so far?
It's an old story. It was in all the papers.
Last week, his wife went to visit him, a blonde. She was in here this morning. Anyway, Bozeman figured he had nothing to lose, so he told her where he'd hid the bracelet.
Where?
In the upholstery of the back seat of a 58 Edsel belonging to his wife. The trouble was, she'd sold the car. So she hired a private detective named Mac Shedd to find it for her. The Shedd was pretty good. He traced the car here to Tijuana. So now he had the bracelet, and he came to you to fence it.
You've been stupid in the sun too long.
The trouble was, you didn't want to buy it and sell it. You wanted to steal it and sell it. This morning, Big Herman was hanging from a pipe in your powder room. Why?
You tell me.
I'll take a guess. You hired him to shake the bracelet out of Shad. Only he shook a little too hard. Shad had a weak heart and died.
What's that got to do with Big Herman?
With a murder rap on him, you'd never let him in the States now, so he hung himself. I'll settle for half.
Fiction.
Sounded pretty good to me. Maybe Captain Ordez will like it.
I don't have the bracelet.
Who has?
Who has?
No. We're partners?
Sure.
All right. Before he came here, Shad left it in a locker. The foreign book. And he mailed the key to himself.
Where?
The Haley Hotel.
See how it is, Lob? Be good to your mother and things come your way.
We're in this together. We're partners.
Oh, of course, Laddie Bach. I'll bury your half and send you a map.
I had nothing to do with a cruel trick about the gold mine. You know that, don't you?
I don't need a watch, Bruin.
But you need to sell a bracelet. I know a jeweler. I can get you more than love, and you can trust me.
How's your brother?
That's a lie about my brother. It was his own fault they caught him.
Don't you understand? I'm his cousin. He'd want me to have it.
It's addressed to Mr. Shad.
Well, at least tell me where it's from, when it was mailed.
It was mailed yesterday morning in Tijuana. And there's no forwarding address.
Mrs. Haley, I want that letter.
I'm sorry.
I tell you, I mean to have it.
What was all that about?
Well, I don't care if she is his cousin. She can't have his letter. Feels that there's a key inside.
Yes, I know.
How? Did you find him?
Nope.
Well, how do you know about the key?
Well, it turns out we have a mutual friend. A fence.
A fence?
That's a fellow who buys stolen jewels.
Well, what's that got to do with Mr. Shad?
He had some to sell.
Mr. Shad?
A $200,000 diamond bracelet. Right now, it's in a lock at the foreign book across the border. That's the key. He mailed it to himself.
Why? Where is he?
6 to 5. He's lying out in the mesquite someplace.
Murdered?
Mm-hmm.
Well, does Miss Dennis know about it? Is that why she wants the key?
Well, wouldn't you like $200,000 dropped in your lap?
Yes, of course I would.
You could buy that freezer you were thinking about. Pay off all your debts.
I only have one.
One?
Well, when you have a lot of debts and one hotel, you borrow all you can against the hotel.
Well, you could pay that off then.
How?
There's the key to a fortune.
The bracelet?
Doesn't belong to anyone.
Of course it does. The person it was stolen from.
It was insured. It was paid off a long time ago.
Well, then the insurance company.
They've written it off and absorbed the cost.
You really mean it, don't you?
Well, it's just lying there like buried treasure.
Well, we'd have to sell the bracelet. Who'd buy it?
Well, I know a jeweler in Mexico City that handles things like that. I could fly down. The fare's only $80. You could take it out of my half. Tear it open.
Shall I?
Gold is where you find it.
No, it's not ours. It's got to belong to somebody. It's not right, and you know it, don't you?
No.
James?
All right, boss, I'll get back to the bar.
James, don't be disappointed.
Oh, Paula, I'll have to ask you for another $100.
Of course. Take it out of the bar.
There's this friend I owe some money to. I won't be gone long.
James, I'd like a drink after closing. If you would.
Nope.
You want to hit this race, Anita?
What?
You make bet for me?
All right, what's the horse?
Blackjack.
A dog. The deal's off.
Fitz, I want to talk to you.
I'm busy.
No horses. That bracelet. I can fence it for you. You don't need love. He double-crossed you once, he'll do it again. Now, I got connections. New Orleans, Las Vegas, all over.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fitz, I need a stake. I gotta get out of here. I got a girl in Chicago, a redhead.
Who hasn't?
He got a key, but he didn't put anything in the locker.
You make bet on horse?
Here. $2 to win.
How much you bet?
I didn't bet.
What you doing in there?
You're too nosy.
You big crook, I think.
You're right.
Maybe I be big crook, too.
Thought you were going to college.
Changed my mind.
Then change it back. Told me that you wanted to be a lawyer, so be a lawyer.
Why are you so mad?
I'm not mad. Skedaddle. Vamoose.
When you come back?
Never mind. Stop following me around, go shine your shoes, and save your money.
You sleep in junkyard tonight?
No.
Where you sleep?
In Mexico City, if I'm lucky.
Ha. You here in the morning. You born loser.
You land on your feet, don't you?
I found a benefactor.
Oh. Is she here?
She's in the kitchen talking to the butcher. Anything I can do?
This is Senor Lester Johnson from the American Border Patrol.
Mr. Johnson?
Mr. Phipps? The body of an American was found this afternoon in a cornfield just off the Ensenada Road. He was murdered. Underneath the body, we found these matches from this hotel. He was a tall man with red hair.
It sounds like Mr. Shadd. Mrs. Haley says he's been missing. Here it is, Max Shadd, Los Angeles. His bag is in 207.
Vaya por la maleta.
Did this Mr. Shadd make any phone calls or get any?
Oh, he got a letter.
It's a locker key.
From the foreign book.
Better see what's in it.
Ábrelo, lo que contiene la comisaría. When did Mrs. Haley last see him?
He left the hotel yesterday shortly after breakfast. Didn't return all day. His bed wasn't slept in. His cousin is quite worried.
Cousin?
Miss Dennis. She arrived last night shortly before dinner. She's in the bar.
Isn't that Captain O'Dace?
They found Mr. Shadd
In the mesquite?
in a cornfield.
Oh, poor Miss Dennis.
Oh, Miss Dennis is going to identify the body. We would like you to come along also, Mrs. Haley.
We'll be right there.
Aren't you glad we decided to be honest?
It's the best policy.
You're not really Jane Dennis, are you? Your name is not Jane Dennis. You're the widow of Sam Bozeman, aren't you? Aren't you?
Yes.
Sit down.
Who was Max Shad, Mrs. Bozeman?
A private detective.
What was he to you?
I loved him. We were going to be married.
And he was down here looking for the necklace that Bozeman stole?
Did he find it?
I suppose he did. They tortured him, didn't they?
Who tortured him?
I don't know. Can I go now?
Where?
It's out. I get drunk.
Yes, I think you can go. Thank you very much.
Just a minute, Fitz. Now, how do you figure in all this? I haven't seen you around here before.
He went south looking for gold.
Find any?
No.
Before that?
Like now, her bartender.
How long?
A couple of months. I brought a horse down here. He broke his leg. Before that, I had an airline. Indonesia.
What happened to that?
No spare parts. So I came home.
To Tijuana?
Mr. Fitz got to know us during the Korean War. He was a major at El Toro Marine Base up the coast before he went overseas.
Major to bartender, huh?
I'm a born loser.
Ortiz. Sí. Gracias. The locker was open. It was empty.
Empty.
May we go now?
Yes. Buena suerte.
Is the locker really empty?
That locker was empty.
Gonna get an order to open them all, huh?
I can't stay, Paul. I still haven't found that fellow I owe the money to.
Well, I don't understand it. About the key, I mean.
It's not your problem. Let Ordays worry about it.
Yes, but why should Mr. Shad send himself a key to an empty box?
I have to go, Paula.
James, don't go. Close the door. Maybe the policeman opened the wrong locker.
Could be. Why don't I have Pete fix you up a hot toddy?
Maybe it's the wrong key. Maybe Miss Dennis. No, that can't be right because you were behind the desk all the time.
That's right. And Ordays took the key out of the letter.
Do all the keys look alike?
What are you trying to say, Paula?
Nothing.
Something's bothering you. Now, what is it?
Well, just for a moment, I thought that maybe you... No, that couldn't be. Not after you agreed.
Forget it. I'll tell Pete about that toddy.
You did switch the keys, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You took another key and substituted it for the one in the letter. That's why the locker was empty. You have the bracelet.
Have a look.
All right, I will. No, I don't want to because I know I'd find it. I'd tell you something else I'd find.
What?
A ticket to Mexico City.
Goodbye, Paula.
Goodbye.
Well, what else is there to say? You don't trust me. You never have trusted me.
Well, how can I trust you? I don't know what to believe. You know every crook on both sides of the border. I dread to think what else you were in the Orient.
I was a missionary for the FBI.
That's not funny. I don't want jokes. I don't know what I do want. I just want you to get out. So get out and go to Mexico City. Fence your bracelet. But stay out of my life. Just don't come back.
Just one thing, Paula.
What's that?
A good martini is 6 to 1 at least.
Jokes. What kind of a man are you? Who are you?
James J. Fitz.
Hi, kid.
You go away. I don't talk to you.
What's biting you?
Blackjack win.
What'd he pay?
3 to 1. You tear up ticket, I lose $8.
Don't eat your heart out. Give me a shine.
$8. Big loser.
I've got a job for you, lawyer.
How much you pay?
$8. Keep shining. Wrapped up in the money will be a key. It's to a locker at the far end. Look, I want you to go there and open the locker. The number's on the key. Bring me what's inside. I'll be at the corner of Agua Caliente Boulevard and Avenida Pio Pico. Get it?
Sure.
All right. Here's the money. You feel the key? Get going. Auto.
Hey, Fitz. Lob wants to see you.
Tell Lob to go ride his Mustang.
I'd go if I was you. It's about Paula Haley.
Where's Lob?
Well, here you are, laddie buck.
What's this about Mrs. Haley?
Well, romance. I thought that would bring you.
What for?
You already have the key. Pretty soon you're going to have the bracelet.
Get to the point.
The point is, am I going to see my half?
You're too rich already, Lob. What about Paula?
All right. A few weeks ago, I heard she was in financial difficulty. So I helped her out, consolidated her debts, made them all into one big one, to me. And it was secured by her hotel.
You, huh?
The trust deed. Nice piece of property, that little hotel. But then I realized I can't have everything, so when I get my half the bracelet, you can have the deed. Now, think of her gratitude.
You got me mixed up with Wyatt Earp, Lob. That bracelet's gonna buy me the sweetest little nightclub in Acapulco with a Texas heiress on every other bar stool.
What about Mrs. Haley?
Take her hotel. She belongs back in England anyway. Hasta la vista, as the Chinese say.
You'll never make it out of town.
Try and stop me.
That shoeshine boy opened the locker and took out a little package. I couldn't. The police are here. They're going through every locker. What shall I do?
Find him. Sorry. We're closing up, mister.
So early? Well, that's too bad. It's a nice place. Enjoyed it very much. Well, maybe I'll take in some of this High Life.
That shoeshine kid, Mike. He just picked up a small package from one of the lockers at the foreign book. Now find him. You too, Eli.
You know Max didn't want to be a private eye.
What?
He wanted to have a hardware store in Springfield, Illinois. That's why he wanted the bracelet.
You're drunk.
Do you know what it's like in Springfield, Illinois? The people are friendly, and they're on the level.
Get out.
You know what they do in Springfield, Illinois in the wintertime? You go rabbit hunting. And if you're a good sport, when a rabbit jumps up, you count 3 before you shoot.
Put that gun away.
1,
I can't run.
2.
I'm a poor cripple and I can't use my legs.
Hey, kid. Shine.
No, mister. No time for shine.
All right, Lob, it's a deal. Bring the deed.
I'll take that bracelet, Mr. Fitz.
Not in our days.
Why do people hate policemen?
I'm very fond of you. It's just that my mind was somewhere else. I've had a very trying day.
So have I, but I love my little Tijuana. It is such an unpredictable municipality. Tonight, for instance, out of nowhere, a small boy appeared and thrust an envelope into my hand. It is addressed to you.
Why? It's my note to Mr. McHenry. Mark paid.
How delightful.
But I don't understand.
Must you? Why not accept good fortune as it comes?
Well, I see they've caught you.
I'm not as fast as I used to be.
May we use your telephone, Mrs. Haley?
Of course.
You gave me this 50 and 100. There it is. My IOUs are in the cash register. It's a little light. A modest fee for teaching you how to make a martini. I'll get back.
You go away?
For good.
I go with you.
Not on your life.
Isn't he supposed to be under arrest for stealing a diamond bracelet?
Mr. Schroeder? This is Eli. I'm here with Canfield, Haley Hotel in San Isidro. We got the bracelet right here in my pocket. That is all except for one diamond. Bozeman must have cashed that. No, sir. Shad is dead. Mrs. Bozeman's in custody. One thing, we had to pay a reward to the finder. A Mexican boy. $5,000.
Dirty trick. Now I stuck with law school.
It's the best deal we could make. The kid had a good man talking for him. Okay. Let's go. Come on, lawyer.
What is this? Who are all those men?
Insurance company detectives. Where to this time, Mr. Fitz?
Up the pike.
Oh, then we should have one for the road, huh? Martini?
I'll make them.
Very well. You make them.
It has been a strange day, full of weird happenings. Sinners getting their just rewards. A diamond disappearing. To the open road.
Down the hatch. I gotta be moving.
Before you do, I would like a bit of ice in mine.
Ice in a martini?
An eccentricity. Yes, it has been a strange day. But it has ended well. I must be going. I must try to catch up with your little friend, the attorney. Buenas noches.
You held out a diamond.
Sue me.
You got my trustee back from Mr. McHenry.
So don't sue me.
Hey, what are you doing?
It's the best part of the day.
What is?
After closing,
Hey, who do you think you are?
James J. Fitz.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us. Look forward to seeing you again next week.